Fox Sports.
We are Black Force. We are San Diego.
A red-hot Jed Jerko picked up 3 hits last night in his last 8 games. He's hitting .414 with 3 RBIs, and Daniel Descalzo led the Cardinals attack last night with a grand slam among his 3 hits. Cardinals and Padres, gorgeous night for baseball on this Wednesday here at Petco Park. This is the 3rd and final game of this 3-game set. It's great to have you with us alongside Mark Grant. I'm Mike Pomeranz, and once again for Dick Enberg. And for the Padres, they have their work cut out for them. They've got a rookie on the mound, Birch Smith.
Birch Smith has his work cut out from. There's no doubt about that, because when you look at Birch Smith, does he have the stuff? Absolutely. Last Friday against the Nationals, the strikeout was the thing, and only 1 free pass in 5 1/3 innings pitched. Now, in the big picture, he's got to keep the ball in the yard. He cannot hang that fastball. Yes, there are hanging fastballs. He cannot hang the breaking ball as well. 4 home runs in 6 1/3 innings pitched. That's not going to work at the big league level. He's got to make a big-time adjustment tonight against these Redbirds.
Well, hopefully he'll lean on his defense, as a lot of the pitching in San Diego has done recently. Gotten very good play up the middle, good catching. Jed Jerko, Everett Cabrera, and some good center field play.
That's why if Birch Smith sticks to his game plan and hits his spots, Mike, working down the zone, he's going to get a grounder and have the middle infielders work for him for that double play or the routine grounder. And if he keeps the ball to catchers to where they can make a good release like John Baker did recently, he's going to throw runners out and then up the middle in center field. So catcher, second, short.
Series, and when we come back, we're going to talk about this Bedlam battle, Oklahoma versus Oklahoma
There's more on the line in just a series after this one. There will be some collegiate bragging rights as Birch Smith attended the University of Oklahoma, played for them in 2011, and Cardinals starter Tyler Lyons went to Oklahoma State and was a Cowboy, played for the Cowboys, of course. So tonight, a big matchup, as they would call it in Oklahoma, a bedlam matchup. This rivalry runs very deep and never fades, as Birch will tell you.
Well, first of all, it's not former. You're always a Sooner. But no, I actually did hear that, so it should be pretty fun. I told Coach Galloway yesterday. I texted him and told him, so he was excited for it. So it should be a lot of fun.
He didn't give you any tips or keys for facing Tyler Lyons?
No, he just said beat him.
That is your Geico quote of the game. And the last time there was a Bedlam rivalry in the majors, 2009. So the Cowboys got the best of that matchup with Scott Baker on the mound. Tonight, the Padres are hoping Birch Smith changes things around. Mike Pomeranz and Mark Grant with the call when we get back after the break.
Set between the St. Louis Cardinals and the San Diego Padres. The series split at 1. Loss last night, and Buddy Black 2-13 at home. Mike Matheny's club, the best road winning percentage in second base, and Ed Hitchcock's will be at third. Alongside Mark Grant.
Handshake for every player on the Cardinal team. Hey, if he's not pitching.
Reds fan.
Yeah.
He's flipping the standings. Here's the way it really shakes out. The Cardinals do lead. The Cardinals lineup for this evening. It's brought to you by Hyundai. Matt Carpenter will lead off and play third base, and Carlos Beltran at second, play right field. Matt Holliday, Alan Craig, Yadier Molina, John Jay, Daniel Descalso had the grand slam last night. Pete Kozma, and a rookie making his major league debut, Tyler Lyons. Tonight's Padres defense brought to you by the Aramco Group. Jesus Guzman will start tonight in left field. Kristen Orfia will play center. Kyle Blank's getting some time in right field. And around the horn, it'll be Chase Headley, Everett Cabrera, Jed Jerko, Yonder Alonso. Nick Hundley will catch tonight. And the rookie making his third major league start, Birch Smith.
And the scouting report for Birch Smith, pitched like last time. He was throwing the fastball with authority, 8 strikeouts. Keep improving. He's done that from start 1 to start 2. And how about this Padre offense? If they can go out there, swing the shillelaghs early, give him some breathing room, give the kid a lead so he can go deeper into the ball game.
So Jim Joyce had a moment beforehand to talk to Mike Matheny, go over the ground rules, some of the quirks in the ballpark. Every stadium has a few things that are off the norm, and Jim Joyce wants to make sure that Mike Matheny is squared away. Bud Black pretty much knows the drill when he's here at home, but he gets a bit of a going over when he's on the road.
I look at Birch Smith on the mound, and then I look at Bud Black, the manager of the San Diego Padres, and I think about Birch. He could not be in better hands to have a big league manager like Bud Black. I mean, talk about a guy who tries to make him comfortable. I remember in Tampa Bay before his big league start debut, he was leaving the clubhouse the night before. He goes, "Hey, Birch." Same distance from the mound in San Antonio.
The minor league stats, too, making him feel a little bit more comfortable, I think. That's a little different story. So he'll make his third start of this young season for 2 for 8 in this.
And not a good way to start off as Carlos Beltran.
Hitting .266 as a team. That's third in the National League. And one of the reasons.
Talk about being a great teammate. What's that tell you about the guy?
Class act. Dangerous. Carlos Beltran. Beltran with a 3-game hitting.
The zone, and maybe out in front and underneath it just a little bit.
Good fastball.
You know, for the viewers at home, when we talk about location of the fastball, you can even do this at home. Watch the glove of Nick Hundley when he gives a sign and gives Birch Smith the target. And then you'll have to see where Nick reacts to go to catch it like that last pitch. That's not where he wanted it, although Holliday swung and missed, swung right through it. It'll give you an indication if Birch Smith is on with that location of that heater. I'll throw over to first base, kind of get on Carpenter.
One of the reasons this matchup intrigues, I think, a lot of fans is you've got a couple of rookies on the mound, and while the Cardinals are hitting well, as are the Padres right now, nobody has any video to speak of. I mean, even the Cardinal video on Birch Smith is limited. You're kind of thinking maybe all bets are off. We'll see how it plays out. Should be fun. Here's Matt Holliday. Quickly behind is Holliday, 0-2.
Well, when you talk about scouting reports, how's this for you? After the game last night, I asked Ricky Horton and Al Roboski, their TV crew, hey, what do you got on Tyler Lyons? I got nothing.
That's unbelievable. You know, Lyons wasn't even in their top 20 prospects.
Right. Yep.
Went into spring training.
Pitched a little bit in the spring, and I think long term, talking to some Cardinal people there, anticipating him to be a reliever. Let's see if Birch Smith can put away Matt Holliday. Went with the fastball up in the zone there by design.
0-2. This one hit a little bit harder than Beltran's. And Blanks gives it a look. And that ball bounces around up there. Blanks is going to throw it in. They are saying it is in play. And Matt Holliday drives in Matt Carpenter. The Cardinals are up 1-0. Took a long look at first base umpire Corey Blaser. And Mike Matheny wants to talk it over. You sure that ball didn't go over, he's asking?
Asking what he saw. He is stating his...
That short chain link wall.
It hits right there. And then here's...
As the umpiring crew trots off, probably take a look at this.
It's to reach down the heart of the plate. And Matt Holliday, who hits the ball consistently harder than any... This is where I believe a fifth umpire should be Larry Curley, and he can look at it and he can make a decision and signals
control, but some option might work out. I had mentioned a moment ago
in Cleveland,
right,
with the A's.
With the A's,
right.
Correct. I'm sorry, you're right. The
yeah,
even an extra set of eyes on that.
And Kyle Blanks is okay. Third base with 1 out.
Alan Craig, 2 for 9 in the series, leads the team in RBIs with 31. And he swings through the first pitch that he sees. Talked about it in the open. Bert Smith will work off the fastball, a very good fastball at that. Smith goes off speed, gets ahead of Craig, 0-2.
Mike, this was not only a good changeup, it was a changeup that was located very well. Down and away, that's exactly where Nick wanted it, and Craig swings right over the top of it.
Standing ovation there.
Yeah, it was a good grab. That's why you bring your glove to the yard.
Cardinals very dangerous with runners in scoring position. Best average in baseball, 340. And Alec Craig hitting 405 in these situations.
You can really see him lower his arm angle and work underneath that last changeup.
There's the 1-2 from the 23-year-old. Ball is ripped past Cabrera, and Holliday will score. Alan Craig with an RBI single. And just like that, the Cardinals are up 2-0.
Another ball that was up, leaks inside, and Alan Craig. You talk about Alan Craig, one thing comes to mind. One statistic comes to mind, that's the RBI. Driving in his 32nd run, which leads this Cardinal team.
Here's Yadier Molina, 319, couple of home runs, 20 runs driven in. Hitless in this series with San Diego. 0 for 7. Padres defense open on the right side. Double play in order.
Good curveball. Hey, look at the count. 0-2 in favor of Bert Smith, right? He needs to. He had him 0-2. Craig had him 1-2. And they did some damage.
Off Molina for the second out of the inning.
And watch the swing. You don't see Yadier Molina take too many
runs. He's off a 5-game hitting streak. Headley in at third. Jay's been a new man since Mike Matheny moved him out of the top.
Yeah, this is not an easy lineup to go through.
Once again tonight, Mike Matheny able to get in. Deep bench. Top record in the National League Central and in all of the National League at 29-16 are the Redbirds. Two balls, one strike, two outs, one man on.
Remember last night, Mike, we were talking about the minor league system for both the Padres and the Cardinals. And the Padres obviously are on this path. But 7 of the 9 in the lineup tonight for the Cardinals, homegrown Cardinals. The only two, Carlos Beltran, Matt Holliday, are not.
Jay draws the second walk of the inning. As Darren Balson will come out and talk things over with his young right-hander.
Well, it might be mechanically, it might be going out there just to have a little talk and calm him down a little bit, but something that pitching coaches and pitchers alike don't like in the first inning. But what if we said all along? When a pitcher like Jason Marquez out there or a pitcher like Eric Stoltz, it just takes one pitch to get out of this inning. Leave it at 2. Leave it at 2 runs.
Maybe just giving young Bert Smith a chance to exhale. Like you said, maybe offer a little bit of mechanical advice. But it's always interesting, and you've said it before, it's when you go out there between the white lines and the game is actually underway, the last thing you want to be focused and fixated on are your mechanics. That's
thinking.
What you want to do between starts.
You want to work on it in between starts so it becomes second nature when you're out there on that hill.
Daniel Descalso had the grand slam yesterday.
You know what I love? After a pitching coach visits, not only a strike, but a nice off-speed pitch for a strike. That was a quality changeup to get ahead. 0-1, especially with the runner in scoring position. He's looking for the fastball. Another one. Now looking at those 2 pitches, that might have been one of the things Darren Balsley was talking about. Hey, this guy loves the fastball now. Remember what happened last night? And what do you know? 2 changeups ahead, 0-2.
The 0-2 this time, though, hammered to right. Around comes Craig. And Descalso in the second with a double. 3-0.
0-2, 1-2.
Bit him.
Yep. Elevated. Descalso does. Not popping it up. Not hitting it that strongly, but weakly, but pulling it because it was elevated for the double.
Actually walked Pete Cosma, it appears, right here. Trying to get to the pitcher spot, Tyler Lyons. Lyons, a left-handed pitcher, making his major league debut. You've got Birch Smith from Oklahoma, Tyler Lyons from Oklahoma State. Look like they'll get a chance to face each other here as Cosma is aboard with an intentional walk.
And Tim Stauffer heats up in the Pottery bullpen.
I think this might be a rarity. Guy making his major league debut and getting it at bat before he ever throws a pitch.
That'd be one to look up.
Tyler Lyons in that situation tonight. Just called up from AAA Memphis for the Cardinals.
Well, 35 pitches here in the first inning for Birch. You see his career minor league numbers. Judging from those numbers, not bad.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Oh, and Lyons, his first at bat, fans this one out to left, but the Padres have a man. Jesus Guzman retires Lyons, but not before the Cardinals scored 3. Chase Headley along with Kristen Orpia and Everett Cabrera when we come back. Tonight, the lineup brought to you by Toyota. Kristen Orpia will lead off. Everett Cabrera will bat second place shortstop. Then Chase Headley, the fixture at third, batting third. Jesus Guzman, Jed Jerko, Yonder Alonso, Kyle Blanks. Nick Hundley will catch tonight. And if you're just joining us, Birch Smith is the pitcher. For the Cardinals, they look this way defensively, courtesy of Hyundai. Matt Holliday in left, John Jay, Carlos Beltran, Matt Carpenter, Pete Cosma, Daniel Descalso, Alan Craig. Around the infield, Yadier Molina, and the rookie making his major league debut tonight, Tyler Lyons.
25-year-old left-hander. Here's the scouting report. Simple approach. See the ball, hit the ball. The Padres got some catching up to do. Trail by 3 in their bottom half of the first. He sports a That's a keeper. Big kid.
In their major league pitching staff right now. Tops in the majors. Kristen Orpia. And takes the first pitch he sees from Lyons. Strike 1.
Okay, base runner here, base runner there, a walk, scratch single.
Beltran under it. 1 away.
Time for our Farmers Insurance game plan for the San Diego Padres against the young left-hander. String some extra base hits together, especially after that first inning. Get Tyler Lyons into the stretch. Hey, put some pressure on the rookie making his major league debut.
A little different complexion than perhaps he anticipated. Spotted to a 3-run lead before he threw a pitch. 9th rounder out of the 2010 draft is Lyons. Everett Cabrera led off last night. Tonight he hits second, comes in hitting .260. 2 for 6 in the series.
You know what I like about this kid? He works quickly. He gets that rock. He's on top of the mound like another left-hander we all know and love, Clayton Richard.
Yeah. Nobody works faster than
Get
Clayton.
it and go. Gotta go.
You know who would love this guy? Randy Jones. Crafty lefty, Padre legend. Work as quickly as anybody.
This guy signed in 2010, but he signed late, so he didn't play. So his first year on the diamond professionally was in 2011, Palm Beach.
You know, he threw a no-hitter down there.
In only his 7th career start.
You got to feel good when you come out there, your first foray into professional baseball. You spin a gem like that. A couple short years later, 3 years later, in the big leagues. Out, he can't hold it. Basketball fans, familiar with that face there? Doug Gottlieb, basketball analyst there with the Cardinal hat. Oklahoma State alum. Cheering on his friend there, perhaps. Tyler Lyons, also from Oklahoma State.
See what Molina did that last pitch? He actually caught that ball and then kind of moved his glove in, trying to catch that outside corner for Jim Joyce to call a strike.
Underappreciated art, isn't it? Framing.
Yeah.
Framing the strike. Full count, 1 out. Cabrera taps this one. A Pete Cosma. One error so far this season.
Yeah, if he can get to it, he's going to make the play. That's pretty much the
Cardinals score 3 runs on 3 hits in their half of the first, and the Padres a little bit of an early hole to dig out of. Chase Headley, 282, 4 home runs.
You can see the MO for Lyons, trying to just peck away to the right-handed hitter. Soft stuff. Fastball about 91. Molina saying, okay, he was saying straight line towards me. Your momentum is coming towards me. Don't fall off to the side. Fastball away here.
And Headley knifes this one to right field. And the Padres with their first hit of the night.
Well, there goes the no-hitter. Mentioned it that Lyons trying to go down. Nice fluid leg kick. Hit the top half of that baseball. He's used to doing that.
Uzi 203, a home run, 7 runs driven in. In Tampa. Uzi got in last night as a defensive replacement.
Kind of a courtesy move right there by Lyons.
He can move. And Guzzi cranks this one down the left field line, but well fouled. Guzzi against Tampa.
Talk about a big swing. Coming through big time. That woke up that dugout.
That was a heartbreaker. That's how resilient this club has been, because Tampa came back, won that one. Evan Longoria, the 2-run home run at the end. But the team has played so well. 16-9 in the last 25 games, Mark. Really a tribute to the resiliency, because those are the types of losses, aren't they, that can just take your heart.
And those those are the wins if you win, and those are going to happen. They happen for the best teams. If you win that game, oh, it does wonders. Molina just got off the left foot on that foul tip. Change up. See Lyons turning it over. Foul tip, and then watch the foot. Right? Even though he's got that protection there, that still hurts.
Come out next inning with a pair of steel-toed work boots. God, he's tough.
Here's a throw over to first base.
Nice read.
Yeah, Molina gave him the thumb. Hitch a ride.
You don't have to disguise the signal with nobody on second. Say, get over there, will you? 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Slider.
And he gets Guzzi with the pitch you called, Mr. Grant, for the 3rd out of the inning. The Padres unable to score. Top of the 2nd. Cards lead 3-0.
In the 2nd, and we're going to get to know your Padres a little better. You've seen them on the field, but here are 3 things you may not know about Jed Jerko. How about his favorite food? Well, steak, of course, cooked medium well, and the best one he's ever had, he said, from Wisconsin. Favorite movie, Shawshank Redemption, and his favorite music genre, country, of course, artist being Brad Paisley, because where is he from, guys? None other than West Virginia. You gotta love that.
I was thinking he was going to go more like being from West Virginia, like maybe Wham or the Go-Go's.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
You think so?
Maybe Tears for Fears.
Love Jed Jerko.
Good kid, good egg.
Steak-eating country music fan?
Yeah.
Man,
Hey, Mark Grant.
Yes.
I don't know if he knows those artists.
Yeah, you know what, Kelly? You're absolutely right.
I mean, I don't mean to point out anything. I'm not saying
Oh,
anything
you did.
about that.
You did, and it's okay.
Thanks, Pomeranz. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
That's a good call.
We just lost Grant for the rest of the game. Now he's crushed. Matt Carpenter with his Cardinals with a 3-run lead against Bert Smith.
Hey, it's time to bounce back, right?
And Bert get his Padres back in the dugout ASAP.
We saw Lyons, who doesn't throw nearly as hard as Bert Smith. He was hitting his spots in that 1st inning.
And Carpenter serves this one into center field for a base hit.
Boy, 1-2 again. 1-2 count. And Darren Balsley's on the phone. And you know what? It's games like this, as Tim Stauffer's up for the 2nd time. It's games like this, depending on how well the bullpen does, if in fact Bud Black does go to the bullpen, and when, that can have some repercussions. Now the thing is,
and Beltran goes to right for the 2nd time tonight, but this one falls, and the Cardinals have runners at the corners.
Padres do have an off day tomorrow, and boy, the Cardinals are taking some good hacks. Down the heart of the plate.
Well, you were saying at the open of the show, too, that the fastball, while impressive when you look at a radar gun, meaningless at this level
absolutely.
if you can't spot it.
And at this level, Mike, and I'm sure this is nothing new to Birch and every pitcher that's pitched at this level, you know, the harder, the straighter, the better. You know, if you're missing down the heart of the plate, if you're not hitting your spots, hey.
Providing the power. Matt Holliday.
You know, there's no worse feeling, and believe me, I've been there, done that, where you know, you're squeezing that baseball, trying to throw it through a brick wall, and you throw a 95, 96 mile an hour fastball, and you could see from your peripheral vision that hitter's just nice and smooth and whack. Believe me, been there.
Now, Buddy Black will talk things over with Birch, and may or may not go to the pen here. Al Holliday had a triple, an RBI, and a run scored his first at bat in the first inning.
You know what I like about Birch Smith right there? Look at, he is looking at Bud Black right in the eye. He is not batting an eye. He is listening to his manager. Buddy's getting he might be lighting a fire under him. Nope, he's going to make a move.
And that'll do it for young Birch Smith. Short outing. The pitching change and the Cardinal at bat when we come back. His night ends early as Tim Stauffer takes his warm-up. Picking up a fun bunch of guys from Coronado earlier this evening. Diego, the Island Beer Club from Coronado. They like to get them.
Get together, have some libations, some social sparklers, tell some stories, tell some lies, and they're taking in a big league ball game tonight. Love it.
You know what it takes to get in that group, they told me?
Well, what is it?
A keg of craft beer.
Really?
And you're in.
I might have to think about moving to Coronado.
How about that for an application process? Well, we vetted every candidate, and it seems Mr. Grant had a keg of craft beer. He's in. All in favor?
Say aye. And Tim Stauffer says aye with the first pitch fastball right on the outside corner. Last time out for Tim was Sunday against the Washington Nationals. Didn't record an out, gave him a couple hits, a run. This becomes almost like a start for Tim Stauffer.
Really is.
And he's used to that, we all know. Had plenty of time to warm up. He was up getting ready hot in the first inning. Now Bud Black has got to look at his lineups. Maybe, you know, how far do we go with Tim? Depends on how well and how the offense hopefully catches up being down by 3.
Nobody out here, and the Cardinals second. His ball bounced to Headley. They go to Jerko for one. Back to Alonso. And Tim Stauffer gets himself a double play out of the first man he faces.
Off the end of the bat, you can see Holiday reaching for that one. Ground ball. The run will score, but the Padres will give up that run for 2 outs. Jed Jerko around the bag like he's been there for 10 years. Nicely done.
Alan Craig single, drove in a run, and scored in the first.
Good curveball from Tim.
Stauffer threw on the 19th against Washington. A couple of hits, a run. It would be nice if he could buckle things down here for the Padres. 4 runs, the way the Padres have been scoring recently, not that big a deal.
Yeah, and also with an unproven rookie making his major league debut out there on the hill, you never know what's going to happen.
Last 20 ball games, Mark, Padres have scored 94 runs. 4.7 runs a game. Doable. But Tim has to hold him down here. Craig 2 for 9 in the series coming in. Now 3 for 10 and now 3 for 11. Tim Stauffer puts him away, and that'll do it for the Cardinals, but they will score again. They lead this one 4-0.
Question for tonight. Simple question. Who do you think is going to lead the Padres in home runs this year? Venable, Alonso, Jerko, Headley, Quentin. Use the hashtag, the player's name, and then HR at the end of their name. A, B, C, D, or E. Venable, Alonso, Jerko, Headley, or Quentin. And there you see the current standings. Will Venable lead the pack with 7.
6 of them here at Petco. Jed Jerko to lead off the Padre half of the second. It's his first at bat of the night. He's 3 for 7 in the series.
You know, all the position players talking amongst themselves, trying to figure out Tyler Lyons and how they can get right back into this one.
Majid had 3 hits last night, and he's hitting .337 here at Petco.
Also looks like Lyons has changed the speeds on his fastball as well. He's humped it up to 91. That one was an 87-mile-an-hour fastball.
Fernando Salas is a pitcher sent down for Lyons as Jerko grounds to third for the first out of the inning. Cardinals now with 7 pitchers, Mark, who are 25 years old or younger. A young staff: John Gast, Carlos Martinez, Seth Maness, and now Lyons is Alonso lifts this one to Beltran in right for the second out of the inning.
Well, like a lot of general managers, they say, you know, we need an abundance of pitching in the minor leagues. You can never have enough pitching. Tells you something about the scouting department. And talk about the scouting department of the San Diego Padres. Some good young arms in this system as well. Here's a homegrown Padre, Kyle Blanks.
Blanks at .262, 3 home runs, 10 runs driven in, 0 for 1 in the series. With 2 outs, he takes a first pitch strike and smokes this ball to left. Holiday off the wall. A big Kyle Blanks. How about that for a single?
A 360-foot single for Kyle Blanks.
Hits it through the wall basically and left. Crushed that pitch.
You know, when you think of his home runs, you know, line drives, right? And look at him get all over this one. Short, quick to the baseball, getting those hands through. There's no way Holiday's going to get that one. Hey, play the carom, gets it in quickly, and holds Kyle to a single.
Holiday had a spin on his foot and the ball to hit him in the back off the carom. Nick Hundley into right field, but Beltran is there. And that'll do it for the Padres in the second. Yadier Molina, John Jay, Daniel Descalso when we come back. Mike Trout of the Angels had himself a huge night last night against the Mariners, Mark.
You know what's unbelievable, Mike Trout, is that not only his power is popped to the opposite field, he singles. He's got some serious speed, and that's why this is a triple for Mike Trout. That's why I think in the future this guy's going to win a batting title. He might win an RBI title, he may win a home run title, but he did something special tonight.
goes for the cycle, and the home run coming in the bottom of the 8th in a blowout last night, as the Angels would win that one 12-zip, and they won again today 7-1. Mike Trout.
That's a good night last night for Mike Trout. Good night in the big leagues, you think? But the way the ball jumps off his bat and the way he runs down that first base line. A lot of infield singles for Mike Trout.
Flats.
I mean, when he gets jammed or mishits one. That's why I think he's going to hit for average and power consistently in his big league career.
Here's Yadier Molina. If you had to start your franchise with one guy, think about this.
Okay.
Trout or Harper, as we take a look at the Saquon Casino Daycation stat of the game. Active career leaders, most plate appearances and strikeouts, Yadier Molina.
We talked about this last year, and I would
toughest to punch out there. 11.5 plate appearances for strikeout.
I would choose Mike Trout.
You would?
Because
it's not a good enough reason.
It is for me. He's in my lineup. I'm picking a team. I'm picking Mike Trout.
Sorry, we're going to skip you in the draft then. I mean, you evaluate talent all the time. Bryce Harper brings a lot to the table.
Sure he does. It'd be a photo finish. It's his speed, I think. He's probably one of the fastest guys in the league.
Yeah.
And that's something, and it's an old cliche in baseball. It's something you can bring into the ballpark every night. And you can break out of a slump. If, in fact, he's going to have slumps.
He started slowly this year.
Yeah.
Speed and hustle. Right.
How about you?
Whew. I can't disagree with you. Having a chance to see Bryce Harper a little bit more because we're covering the National League.
Good player.
Very good player. Good defender.
Plays
maybe
hard.
Not quite as polished. Yeah, maybe not quite as polished as Trout right now, but boy, you can't go wrong either way. We had a poll asking fans that, looking at players under the age of 25 is Yadier Molina. Singles to start the Cardinals half of the third.
Well, I think
breaks his hitless streak in the series.
I think when we had our debate, didn't Mark Sweeney and I have that? He picked Trout, and because he picked Trout, I went with Manny Machado.
Machado's a great pick.
In Baltimore.
You bet. Oh, Jason Hayward in Atlanta. I mean, we had that Twitter poll. We were asking fans what did they think. And it's hard to make an argument against any of these players. Also good. It's great for the future of Major League Baseball to have so many young stars. John Jay walked in the first. And he's sitting on a 5-game hitting streak, 3 for 7 in the series.
I remember playing with Ken Griffey Jr. when he was a youngin', and he was unbelievable. I mean, defensively, offensively, he could run, he could throw. 5-tool player.
Before he came up, people who hadn't seen him play said,
I took him over Bonds.
Really?
Yeah.
No telling what Griffey could have done had he stayed healthy. Those hamstring injuries that slowed him down.
And then talking about modern day baseball as far as, the last 10 years. But Miguel Cabrera, my goodness, Triple Crown winner last year.
Seems like every other day he's got a multi-home run game.
Yeah.
Certainly multi-RBI game. Some good ones out there. And the Padres are grooming a few that they hope are going to make a splash just like that. All right.
Hey, kitty cat. Wow.
Making a statement. It's Panda Night at Petco. A few months ahead of schedule on Halloween. But here and enjoying himself, and that's the bottom line.
That's a good pitch.
Got to have a party out here. Tim Stauffer. Full count, nobody out. Yadier Molina on first base. Talked about how good a ball player Yadier is. He's not much of a threat to steal. That might be his limitation.
He's got about a 5-foot lead over there.
And he's hung out in the middle of the infield. And Hundley fires down to Alonso, and that gets him. Don't know what Yadi thought he was going to be able to do there, but Nick Hundley would have none of it.
You know, the big key here is, well, he's hung out to dry, but Hundley throws back to first, and watch Alonso. See how he spins towards
throw him out right there. So with 2 outs, here's Daniel Descalso. Doubled in a run in the first. And I promise this will be the last time I tell you, but I'm going to have to tell you. He's the pest in the Cardinals lineup with that grand slam yesterday, and I promise that is the last time I'll mention it. Descalso had gotten off to such a slow start. Mike Matheny, Cardinals manager, wanted to give him a rest, so he put Matt Carpenter at second in the first game of the series. And then Carpenter since moved to third. Descalso now picking up at second base. And Tim Stauffer will do away with him. Strikeout 2 in a row. Chris Denorfia, who has been very hot for the Padres, looks to get him going when we third inning, Matt Holliday and his team doing a little damage early against the rookie Birch Smith, who finished the first and was pulled before recording it out in the second. Here's his replacement, Tim Stauffer. Stauffer had been up a couple of times early and then entered the game in the second inning. And the Padres look to get something going here. Stauffer down 0-2 with nobody out. Mark Sweeney joins us once again, as he always does, from the side of the Padres dugout, as Tim Stauffer is the first out of the inning. Hey, Mark, good evening. Boy, the Padres really need to get something going and come up with some kind of strategy down 4-0.
Yeah, offensively, they just have to just try to do what they were doing when they came into the game. There's nothing wrong. Plenty of outs to do that with, but offensively, it's got to look for their pitch and drive it. Use the opposite field approach tonight.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, Mark. With now it's going to be the second time around for this Padre lineup. Seems like Tyler Lyons is just trying to stay away. Okazhi's coming inside with the breaking stuff. A lot of fastballs away.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it has the movement. When I got down here near the dugout, you could see that late movement in the strike zone. That sinker, definitely have to elevate that pitch for the Padres.
Well, the Padres do have 7 come from behind wins. Sure be nice to see him do it here and take a series from the NL Central leading Cardinals. Chris Denorfia it's very well against left-handed pitchers. As you see there, 332. Only 3 guys better in the National League. Well, it changes everybody's perspective, doesn't it, Swains? I mean, the pitcher pitches differently with a 4-0 lead, and imagine your approach at the plate is a little bit different.
Well, can't really, Mike, to be honest with you. Offensively, you still have to pick out a pitch, what you're going to do, and stick with your plan. But, you know, the strange thing we saw, just having Lyons hitting for himself in the top of the first on his first start in Major Leagues. You don't see that too often.
And I think that walk might help Everett Cabrera. It might help Chase Headley, as I mentioned just a bit ago. Second time around now, these guys know what to expect. They've seen the fastball, they've seen the changeup and the breaking ball as well.
Cabrera grounded to short in the first inning.
You know what I thought was ironic, guys, and Mark Sweeney, you can chime in on this, but of the 5 hits that Birch Smith surrendered tonight, these were the counts that they got the hits on. 0-2, 1-2, 0-2, 1-2, first pitch. Interesting. Couldn't put him away, didn't find that one pitch, that one grid location pitch to put him away. And the first pitch, correct me if I'm wrong, was the single by Carlos Beltran. Now, if you're going to pitch successfully against a team like this or any other team, you know, you go the second time, you're going to have to start throwing some off-speed stuff early in the count, first pitch for strikes.
Yeah, Mark, I think that's such a great point. And understand from the offensive side, if you know there's not an out pitch there, you don't mind getting deep in the count because you know you're still going to get a pitch to hit.
Or you better locate your fastball like we've said all along. You know, if you can throw your fastball where you want it 8 out of 10 times, chances are you're going to have a little bit more success. But if you can't locate the fastball, you better darn well sure throw some off-speed stuff for strikes early.
Dino has a couple of stolen bases. One down here in the home half of the third. Cabrera shoots this one to right. Beltran, easy double play as Denorfia caught way off the bag at first base. And that will be a bitter pill for the Padres to swallow. Carlos Beltran, just an easy toss, and that'll do it for the home team. The fourth inning. Here is the Coors Freeze Cam, brought to you by Frostbrewed Coors Light. Matt Holliday's triple in the first, and Kyle Blanks gave a good look. Thought maybe it was a home run. They reviewed it, and it turns out it was in fact a triple. Drove in a run with it.
You can see there, Kyle Blanks didn't know where that ball was.
That's a tough corner to play.
Yeah. Well, when you're concentrating on the fly ball, and then that porch will sneak up on you. If you don't flash look, that's why the warning track is there, so you can feel that crunchy, crushed rock under your cleats to know that the warning track is approaching very quickly.
I love that Kyle plays so hard, but man, he does hit the wall a little often. Makes you wince. Big, strong guy, though. Pete Cosma slaps this one into center field. Kristen Orfia makes the play, and Kristen Orfia in the last half of the inning was doubled off on this ball to Carlos Beltran, Mark. It just got a little far away there. Couldn't get back.
Yeah, I was watching Carlos Beltran there. It seems like he had a steady bead on it. You know, the way Kristen Orfia read that, just thought maybe it was a bad read for Kristen Orfia. Mark Sweeney, did you see it differently?
Yeah, no, I saw the same thing. But offensively, when you're down 4-0, you have to make sure that drops before that. And you're in no man's land at times. And that's not really on Kristen Orfia, but him making that bad read compounds the mistake.
Yeah, it was a tough one when you're down 4-0. Swain, you make a great point. As Tyler Lyons hits for the second time in his big league career and second time tonight.
You know, guys, going back to that play, you know, and I played with Larry Walker in Colorado, very good about deceiving the runner. And you have to work on that if you're an outfielder. But it looked like Carlos Beltran had a beat on that ball. Good read off the bat. And you could see he played it as a basket catch and played into a double play. Nice job by the veteran.
Yeah, you bring up Larry Walker. I mean, he did so many things right. And then he had the cannon to go along with it.
Yeah, the best right fielder I've ever seen. Just playing off the wall, doing the little things of making himself. He had the strong arm, which always helps in right field. But making those little plays, deking the runner on line drives.
That'll do it for Tyler Lyons. Tim Stauffer, nice job punching him out.
Okay, the one objective for Tim Stauffer, we all know this, throw up some bagels on that scoreboard. Keep it at 4. This is almost like a start for Tim Stauffer.
4th strikeout of the night for Tim.
He can set up hitters with his repertoire. He doesn't have to come, you know, he's not coming in relief with in the 6th inning and runners on base where he's only going to want to throw maybe 2 or 3 pitches to get out of a jam.
Carpenter walked and scored in the first, singled and scored in the second. 3 for 9 in the series. Oh for 1, or 0-1, and the count goes even now at a ball and a strike, 2 outs. Carpenter rockets this one to Kyle Blank, scoops it right off the turf. Gets the out call and continues the trot, and that will do it for the Cardinals. Nice shoot top grab, Kyle Blanks. Let's get some runs. Padre half of the fourth inning. Story of the night has been the Cardinal offense, and Tyler Lyons, left-handed pitcher for the Cardinals, making his major league debut. Staked to a 4-0 lead early. And Chase Headley will bounce this one to Matt Carpenter for the first out of the inning.
You know, Mark Sweeney, we talk about pitchers throwing 95, 96, 97. We talk about soft tossers as well. I'm not going to say that Tyler Lyons is a guy who throws below the hitting speed, but it's almost as if he's throwing two types of fastballs, and one for sure is that two-seamer that he's trying to keep away all the time.
Yeah, Mark, I think from the hitter's perspective, guys that change speeds a lot with their velocity on their fastball and their other pitches are very difficult. When it comes to velocity, major league hitters don't worry about that. That's the easiest thing to adjust. Plus, the lack of movement is definitely one of those keys that the hitters love to face.
Hey, Mark, remember when you were a Padre and you would come out and take early batting practice? Remember when I used to throw BP?
Oh, yeah.
Now, I remember, you know, because my job as a BP pitcher, I want to throw right down the middle. I want the same consistent speed so guys can get their timing. And I remember once throwing to Mark in particular, and for some reason the ball came out differently, and it just took a little bit off. Mark Sweeney swung at it and nearly cussed me out because he nearly broke his back. It was almost, my point is, if you're doing that during batting practice and you know it's coming, imagine what it's like in a big league game.
Yeah. And you know what? I probably, I don't know about cussed you out, but I probably yelled at you because in batting practice, really, it's all about getting your timing and understanding, too, that you just want to get your hands in that placement wherever that ball is and hit it where it's pitched. Plus, batting practice for me, guys, that was game time because I only had one at bat usually in a game.
Interesting.
Yeah, but what Mark Sweeney is too humble to tell you is his one at bat came against like everybody's best pitcher.
Yeah, exactly. The closer or a good setup guy late, huh?
That was my time.
You know, to that point, I've always wanted to ask you, Mark, when you look back at your numbers and you see that you've got the most RBIs all time as a pinch hitter, second most hits all time as a pinch hitter. Do you ever look back and go, wow, I can't get over the fact that I'm in the record books after my career is over? What a big deal.
Yeah, I think it's a lot about the opportunity, guys. And I always say that. I had a lot of opportunities, and just being in a major league uniform, that's the opportunity you have to do. But that's also the challenge of staying in that uniform. And you have to perform. You know, you can be a good clubhouse guy, but if you don't hit, not going to be here.
Jet Jerko to Cosma. That will do it for the Padres in the fourth. Cardinals up 4-0. Hello Especial. Discover the Especial. By Petco, where the healthy pets go. By Farmers Insurance. Contact your local agent at 888-96-FARMERS. And by Buick. Brought to you by the experienced Buick Lease. It's a new lease on luxury. 4-0 Cardinals.
Muy bueno, Mike Pomeranz.
Gracias. Top of the 5th inning. Carlos Beltran will lead off against Tim Stauffer, who is in on relief of Birch Smith. Started off as a matchup of rookies, Birch Smith against Tyler Lyons. Lyons remains for the Cardinals. Birch left after 1 inning. Tim Stauffer picked him up in the 2nd. Beltran 1 for 2. 2 for 3.
Man.
Cold hard fact tonight, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Most career home runs by switch hitters, active players. There's Carlos Beltran. 344.
Such a smooth, sweet swing, huh, Mark Sweeney? I mean, we talk about like Matt Holliday, who's at the dish right now, hitting the ball consistently in a sweet spot, but he just makes it look so easy, so fluid. The ball just jumps off his bat.
Yeah, Carlos Beltran is definitely smooth, and just the transition that he has with the rhythm and the timing that he possesses in the batter's box, and just the knowledge. I mean, he's got a lot of experience behind his belt. Different styles of he and Matt Holliday.
Holliday 1 for 2 with that triple that we showed you earlier that went off the top of the Petco sign in the right field corner. And he'll lace this one to left field, and Beltran will move up 90 feet.
And even though that last pitch was a changeup, when you look at the swing of Holliday, he's taking the split finger grip out of the hand of Tim Stauffer. He's out in front of it. Mark Sweeney, from your angle.
Well, we talk about two different styles. That leg kick, putting the foot down, and then using his lower half, as you can see, driving through the ground. Matt Holliday does it a different way than Carlos Beltran does, but a powerful swing.
Alan Craig singled, drove in a run, and scored in the 1st, struck out in the 2nd. 28-year-old, an 8th round pick in 2006. Once again, the Cardinals in a situation with runners in scoring position where they lead the major leagues in batting average. And Tim Stauffer will try to quiet things down. Padre defense has been very good. Among the best in the National League, and hopefully Tim Stauffer will find a way to use these guys, turn a 2-ball.
Oh, look at that kid. He is so happy. A Padre fan. He's going home with a big league baseball. That's awesome.
Yadier Molina waits on deck. Cardinals 2 for 4 tonight with runners in scoring position. 6 for 10 last night. 9 for 19 in the series. Ball bounced to Cabrera. He'll go to Jerko for 1. Across to Alonso for 2. As we speak of the quality defense and the work being done by the middlemen, just like that, Tim Stauffer, it's a pitcher's best friend.
We talked about it in our open. First of all, how about the snappy shillelagh? You can hear that thing snap all the way up here. Not an easy play because he's got to rush to the baseball. It's not hit hard. Look at the flip. Where's that throw? Right at the chest of Jerko. He comes on the third base side of second base to get out of the way of the slide. Jerko shows off that cannon over to Alonso to complete that 6-4-3 double play. Saw about it?
Doping.
Nicely done.
Absolutely. They changed the complexion of the at-bat here for Yadier Molina. Or not. As he'll drive this one to left field and pick up the RBI. And in trots the Cardinals' 5th run.
That ball's outer third on contact, about just above the knee. And Mark Sweeney, first pitch, hacking. Very aggressive, this Redbird team.
Yeah, and they're showing their plans off too, and their plans of attack. But you can see smiles on the faces in the Cardinal dugout.
6 of the starting 9 Cardinals have hits tonight, at least one. Here's John Jay. He is one without. Carlos Beltran singled and scored in the 5th. He's got 2 hits tonight. Jay walked in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd, and is sitting on a 5-game hitting streak. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs for Tim Stauffer and the Padres. Down by 5. Ball bounced to Cabrera. He'll go the short way to Jerko for the 3rd out of the inning, but the Cardinals score another and lead 5-0. Brief night for Birch Smith in his 3rd major league start as we welcome you back to Petco. The 3rd and final game of this 3-game set between the Cardinals and the Padres. This one will decide who wins the series. Mark Grant, Mike Pomeranz with you. Mark Sweeney alongside the Padre dugout. Yonder Alonso lifts the first pitch of the inning to left. Matt Holliday is under it for the 1st out of the inning.
Well, Mark Sweeney, you see those 2 Cardinals perched on that gold bat on the front of that Cardinal uniform. It's got to bring back some memories, huh?
Yeah, great memories. And I made my Major League debut in St. Louis in that uniform, but it's all about the tradition in St. Louis. And I got to say, the fans are outstanding in St. Louis as well to play in front of.
That's embroidery work, folks. That's not a patch. That's one of the things that's always impressed me about that uniform. That whole logo is stitched. It's awesome.
Kyle Blanks has one of the 2 Padre hits so far this evening. 0-2, 1 out. Tyler Lyons, rookie left-hander, working quickly.
Yes, he is, and he's pounding the zone with his 91-mile-an-hour fastball. You see Molina there. Even though that ball was down and away, he was shaking his head affirmatively. Yes, that's where I wanted that pitch. Derek Lilliquist, the pitching coach for the Cardinals.
So Blanks goes down swinging for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Nick Hundley. Now, Swains, you and I have talked about this a bunch. That story you have about breaking in to the big leagues and looking down at that logo on your chest and not feeling your legs for a little while when you start. How exciting for a young guy.
Exciting, and what Mark talked about.
Nick Hundley drives this one in the right center gap, and it'll go for 2 easily. And that's where he'll pull up as the Padres need base runners.
Absolutely no need to try to go for 3. 2 outs. He'll take that double. And Mark Sweeney, from your vantage point, that's a good-looking swing.
Yeah, good to see Nick Hundley going the other way, too. And sometimes he gets a little pull happy. But Nick Hundley going the opposite field, that has to feel very good pulling into second base, because he has been grinding out at bat after at bat and has gone through some serious struggles. But that's got to feel real good.
So with 2 outs, let's see if Tim Stauffer keep things going.
It's a tough situation right here, guys, and Tim Stauffer has to eat up innings. That's the reason why he's probably hitting with 2 outs in this situation.
Yep.
He's a 160 hitter. And he'll just gently roll this one to Descalso at second. And that'll do it for the Padres in the home half of the 5th. Descalso, who made that play, will lead off. Brought to you by Sequan, real friendly, real close, and by the California Department of Public Health. For free help to quit smoking, call 1-800-NO-BUTTS. And by the Aramco Group, purchase, refinance, reverse.
You know, I swear I saw one of those kids out there with a metal detector. He was kind of combing through that sand, like hoping to find like a diamond ring or a Rolex or something.
Got to be some goodies in that
old
trap.
Coin.
Yeah, the grandchildren trying to forage for allowance.
Does it get any better than that? Big league ball game, playing in the sandbox. Beautiful night.
Good living.
Living the dream.
That beach is a great feature out here.
Yes, it is.
One of the many. Hope you at home will get a chance to come out and enjoy a day at beautiful Petco Park during the next Padres homestand. After today, Padres will enjoy an off day tomorrow and then head to Arizona for 3 and then to Seattle for a couple before returning home here to San Diego for 2 more with Seattle.
You know, we had the discussion, Mark Sweeney and I were talking a couple days ago. You know, now that there's 15 teams in each league, right? There's always an American League team playing a National League team, correct? So, is it really fair to call it interleague? I guess it's still called interleague, right?
Sure.
Because it was only, in the past, it was only certain parts of the year. It was like in May and June, and then it was done.
Right.
Now it's every day. But my point is what it does to the schedule now. You've got these 2-game series.
Yeah, that's odd.
Messes everything up.
Yeah, that is odd.
That's just one man's opinion.
It's a good opinion. It's a good man. Descalso to Alonso. 1 down.
Good workout so far for Tim Stauffer. Making some good pitches. Rolling a couple double plays.
Talked about how well San Diego has been playing the last 16 games at home, 12-4. And our ace statistician, Mike Tressel, quick to point out a little nugget here. What do you think the Padres' record is over the last 162 games?
I'm going to split it down the middle, 81 and 81.
Well done, Karnak.
Really? Are you serious? Really?
Well, I mean, that was on the piece of paper he handed me that you just looked at. Detective. Pete Kozma. That tells you, though, what a difference the Padres season was last year, and again now this year. The slow start now picking up again.
Well, you know where I'm going to go because I've said this many times. Those stats are nice to talk about and see, right? But opening day is April 1st. It's not the record from June 1st on. It's great, and these guys know it. They got to get out of the chute. Can play good baseball. It's a tough hole to dig out of.
That'll do it for Kozma, second out of the inning.
Hey, fans, get ready for Fox Sports 1. Oh, yeah, it's coming. America's new 24-hour sports network. Fox Sports 1 will be your home for great live sports, all the news and highlights you want. Shows and specials, they got it all. Fox Sports 1 is going to bring you everything, and it's coming August 17th, so tune in. You won't want to miss it.
Here's Tyler Lyons with 2 outs. First pitch, Hutton, and he gets his first major league hit. He made his major league debut tonight, and he got an at bat before he ever threw a pitch.
Hey, he's going to the Carlos Beltran School of Hitting, going after the first pitch.
Hands inside, as Mark Sweeney will say.
Not a bad looking swing.
So he gets that first at bat before he ever throws a pitch. Only the 7th time that's happened since 1974. And he comes up a few innings later here in the 6th. And gets a hit. This ball, Carpenter bounces up the middle, and he too will find a little real estate. Second hit of the inning, and his second hit of the night.
Cardinals are going to get their hits. It's about limiting those hits to singles, keeping the ball in the yard. And, Tim Stauffer will get his share of strikeouts as well. But he likes working on the ground. That one just happened to find a hole at the center of the diamond.
Beltran 2 for 3. Now a 4-game hitting streak. Nice to see Tim carve him up if it's possible. And those Padres back in. You got half a game behind you, and
It seems
got
like
a lead to catch up to.
Does it seem like Beltran's been up to the plate 8 times tonight already?
It does. This is 4th at bat. And again, a base hit. So the bases are now loaded for Matt Holliday. Tyler Lyons at third, Matt Carpenter at second, and Beltran now at first.
Mike, this ball was hit so hard that Kyle Blank's in right field. If he comes up firing to first base, because Beltran, he was kind of just going easily down the first base line. There was nobody there at first base but That would have been a close play with the arm of Kyle Blanks. And Beltran really not going hard down the line there.
That's a good point. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Matt Holliday. Triple and a single. Run scored, an RBI.
First pitch hacking.
374 hitter when the sacks are juiced with 4 grand slams.
Let's keep it at that.
I hate showing those types of statistics for the bad guys. Facts are what the facts are. So Tim Stauffer knows what he's got to do.
Nice 2-seam fastball in. How about Tim Stauffer not afraid to try to bury that ball inside? He's take a look at the Redbird runners.
.467 hitter with runners in scoring position. And 2 out.
You know what that tells me? He uses the whole field. Doesn't try to do one certain thing with each at bat in that situation. And we saw the opposite field power earlier in the game.
Right.
Stauffer doing a good job of keeping it down as well. Pitches 1, 2, and 3 at the knees or lower. We got action. Tyson Ross on the left, the righty. Joe Thatcher, the lefty, on the right.
Ross pitched in last night's game. Buddy Black continues to ponder his options this evening. Holliday's now hitting 3 straight. And he won't hit there. Nice pitch. Tim Stauffer gets himself out a bit of a pinch. The Padres will dig themselves out coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, children, all of you at home, this is how it's done. Marty Collins in the perfect seat tonight. He knows how to catch foul balls. He's had 2 this evening. What's the key? And you said it was a long time coming.
It was a long time coming. We've been season ticket holders since back in Qualcomm days, and this is I've caught 1 before, but this is the first time we've ever caught 2 coming back here, and I think it all has to do with the glove that I've had since I was a kid. It happens to be a Stan Musial glove, and Stan Musial in the Cardinals, so maybe he's just looking down and helping us out today, so, and saying thanks for getting my glove. It's interesting, but even a blind squirrel finds an acorn once in a while.
Well, hey, better to be lucky than good sometimes, right?
That's right. That's
Marty,
right.
thank you
All
so
right,
much.
Thank you.
Guys.
Absolutely. Good for him. Pick up a couple of souvenirs. Kristen Orfia. Cosma. Craig. 1 out. National League West tonight. Dodgers beat the Brewers 9-2. And the Nationals beat the Giants 2-1. For the Padres this evening, 3 hits, no runs, and 10 of the 19 at bats. Those hitters have seen fewer than 3 pitches from Tyler Lyons. 2 down.
Well, you see the breakdown. Hey, Tyler Lyons is doing a good job. Early on, a lot of pitches. He has settled in nicely. Anytime you throw 12 to 15 pitches an inning, I think you're going to do pretty well.
Chase Headley has one of the Padres' 3 hits tonight. He singled in the first, grounded out to third in the fourth. Three punch outs, 8 ground outs, 6 fly outs for Lions tonight. Working quickly, and he just continues what has been a long line of successful call-ups for the Redbirds this season.
I mean, you see that differential there with the ground outs and the fly outs, 2 from being even. Hey, out in front, underneath, grounder, fly ball. Getting him out on that front foot.
Lions is up because Jaime Garcia, the Cardinals say, will have season-ending surgery on Friday for a torn labrum in the shoulder. Mike Matheny looked at his options as Headley bounces this one through the wickets. Matt Carpenter makes his 3rd error of the year, and Headley's aboard E5.
You know what that is? It's a good old-fashioned boot. No other way to describe that one, right?
Yeah.
And it happens to the best of them. Hey, Kenny Reitz made a lot of errors down there at third base for the Redbirds. Oh yeah, I'm going way back. You don't remember Kenny Reitz? One pitch, one fat pitch. You know what? That pitch there, the first one, that might be one of the only pitches, not only, that's been right down the heart of the plate.
Yeah.
Look at that pitch, number 1, right there. Away.
Well, you said it earlier. As soon as the Cardinals got that 4-0 lead for him, it changes a little bit of the way you pitch. You're trying to be fine to a point, but you figure if you make a mistake, it's not going to cost you the game at this point. Rub it up. Good souvenir. Guzzi hitting .304 with 8 home runs in his career versus left-handed hitters.
Oh, Mike Matheny using both hands. Which hand is hot? Right? Maybe one was a decoy.
There's a lot going on.
I've never seen. I mean, I've seen third base coaches, use one hand and both hands, but the manager, there might be a little code here. See how he's got his left leg up on the step? Might be, the sign is hot. Top of the hand. Look at 2 hands.
Heck, that might be the sign, and all the rest could be distraction. That's one of the fun things about watching a big league game, isn't it? Staring into the dugout, trying to read the signs, watching the third base coach or the manager.
First manager that I remember seeing doing that a lot was Roger Craig with the Giants.
And that'll do it for the Padres. Off-speed pitch gets Guzman. Cardinals coming to bed.
Nothing. Mark Sweeney, Laura McKeeman here, getting you ready for Padres Live, the post-game show. The Padres only able to muster up 3 hits against Tyler Lyons in his Major League debut tonight. What have you seen, Mark?
Yeah, what a debut it has been. And, you know, all you have to do is nod your head with Yadier Molina behind there. But location, getting ahead, and mixing speeds with all of his pitches. Nice job. Nice debut.
Lyons also with his first Major League hit tonight as well. And when we come up on Padres Live, the post-game show, we'll teach you how to hit a curveball. We'll also hear from Bud Black, the manager, and more breakdown of Tyler Lyons. Mike, Mark?
Boy, where were those instructionals when I was playing? I would have loved to know how to hit the curveball.
You would have been in the Hall of Fame.
I know everybody I threw one to knew how to hit the curveball.
You know, I think Mark Sweeney just made a good point when he said that Yadier Molina is just putting down the signs and Lyons is just throwing. I remember my Major League debut with the Giants.
Yeah.
Bob Brentley was my catcher. Frank Robinson was the manager.
He still twitches when you talk about that.
So we have our hitters meeting. Frank goes over the hitters, which is the Cincinnati Reds in 1984. About a 15-minute meeting. We leave his office at Old Riverfront Stadium. Brentley puts his arm around me. He says, "Hey, don't worry about what Frank said. Just erase that from your memory. I'm going to put down fingers, throw to the glove. Go get him, big boy."
How'd it go?
I took the loss. Thanks.
I love the way you tell that story, too. And I know you'll get to it in a moment because I'm going to beg it out of you. The hitting sequence, the first Major League appearance.
Ball 1, ball 2, ball 3, ball 4, ball 1, ball 2, home run. Double. So this is the big leagues, huh?
That was the go get him, big boy.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bob Brentley. Thanks for the help.
Had a visit from the pitching coach out to the mound, and he asked Bob Brentley, "Well, how's he throwing?" He goes, "I don't know. I haven't caught anything yet." No, that didn't happen. Hey, what a great seat for that youngster down by the Cardinal dugout. Right there with the big leaguers.
Yeah, he's on the team, Mark.
Look at that kid. He's got that bat there and
the big sweatband.
Yeah,
sharp. Great day at the yard. 5-0 Cardinals, top of the 7th inning. John Jay, the hitter, 3-time All-American at the University of Miami. 2004 through 2006. Jay, one of only 2 Cardinals tonight without a hit.
And John Jay has grounded into 6 double plays this year. Who leads that category? Matt Holliday with 10. A nice ground ball here for Tim Stauffer. Will work nicely.
2-2-1 out. 2-2 is now a strikeout, and there goes Jay.
Hey, get ready for the San Diego Clasico Saturday, July 6th. Watch Club Tijuana Xolos take on Mexico City's Club America at 7:30 live here at Petco Park. Don't miss this unique experience. Once again, it's Saturday, July 6th, right here at Petco. Hurry and get your San Diego Clasico tickets today at Padres.com/Xolos.
So after the 7th strikeout of the evening for Tim Stauffer, Buddy Black come out and talk things over as Daniel Descalso waits on deck, and Buddy will make a change. 5-0 Cardinals. He's got a hit off Tim Stauffer. Tim will leave the game. Nice night for him so far. And Joe Thatcher, the left-hander, will take over. 10 strikeouts in 12 2/3 innings.
And only 1 walk from Joe, which is a good sign.
Great number. Here's Daniel Descalso.
When you talk about first batter efficiency, Joe Thatcher's out there now trying to get this guy. What a nice line from Tim Stauffer. Taking it as a start, right? Taking over for Birch Smith. He is responsible for that runner on first base. Joe Thatcher wants to be him, leave him out there for Tim. What a good night in the big leagues for the right-hander.
And you know the pride that all the relievers take in making sure those inherited runners do not score. Joe Thatcher with that opportunity here. With 2 outs. I'm going to keep Yadier Molina right where he is and get him back to the dugout. Thatcher's inherited 11 runners. Only 2 have scored, and he will do it again. Jed Jerko will make the 3rd out of the inning in the form of Daniel Descalso. Padres coming up. More luck for your buck. And by Mercury Insurance. Get a quote, get 2 free Padres tickets at mercuryinsurance.com/Padres. Hopefully folks get a chance to enjoy the gas lamp on a beautiful Wednesday evening here at Petco after the game.
So we got it all here in San Diego, don't we?
Yeah, enjoy the nightlife. Spend a few
bucks. I love the nightlife.
In your account. You like the boogie. Jed Jerko. First pitch he sees, drives it deep to center field. Jay goes back, and this ball is gone. Home run, Jed Jerko. His 5th of the year.
First pitch hacking. 3rd time around for Jed Jerko. He gets extended and goes El Centro right to center field. John Jay gives up on it, and it's up into the shrubbery. That ball was crushed. How easy was that swing? See the ball jump off that shillelagh?
This is what they talk about with Jed. As Yonder Alonso will bounce this one off the chest of Daniel Descalso for the first out of the inning. He had the 30 home runs, did Jerko, last year in the minor leagues between Double and Triple-A. And they said, you wait, you watch. When he gets settled in, he has serious pop.
How about a nice cool drink?
How about a Fresca?
It's protocol. You hit a home run, you go right to the water cooler. It's in the bylaws. It's in the basic agreement. In fact, that was one of the sticking points back last time they struck. Owners wouldn't let him go to the drinking, and then, hey, players said, hey,
no deal. Kyle Blanks, Pete Kozma, 2 outs. Hey, Kelly Kroll, what do you know?
Well, some good news for the Padres. Clayton Richard back in San Diego after another solid start in his second minor league, rehab stint. Gave up 2 runs on 5 hits and 6 innings of work, struck out 4. Good to see Clayton back. I'm sure Bud Black says his strength is back up to par. Of course, suffering from the stomach illness there, but good news, guys.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Nick Hundley, the roller. Nice play, Carpenter. That will do it for the Padres in the home half of the 7th inning, but not before Jed Jerko, the rookie, facing a rookie, does a little landscaping and finds the shrubbery. Home run. And the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the U.S. Armed Forces, serving in 175 countries and aboard ships at sea. And they're watching around the world in Iraq, Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, and Japan. And we welcome you certainly, and we thank you for your service. 5-1 Cardinals, top of the 8th inning. Jed Jerko with a solo blast in the home half of the 7th. His 5th home run of the year. It was flat crushed. Luke Gregerson on in relief of Tim Stauffer, who was on in relief of Birch Smith. Gregerson last through a couple of days ago against the Cardinals, his former team. 2/3 of an inning.
Those home runs off the bat of Jed Jerko are going to come in bunches, and great numbers for Luke Gregerson. The opponent's only hitting 113. The ERA below 1. Just looks comfortable at the plate.
I know it's early. When they give some consideration to the All-Star team, you got to give them a look. I know it's tough, middle relievers especially.
Hey, Gregerson.
Yeah,
is that who you're
that's
talking?
what I mean.
I thought you were talking Jerko. My bad.
A little rookie mention in there for sure, but no, I was talking.
No,
Gregerson.
but you're right. Middle relievers are always the guys that kind of get the short end of the stick.
Pete Kozma, Cardinal shortstop.
Snappy.
One away.
I love that sound.
Broken bat.
That looked like a fastball. You know, Luke Gregerson is known for his slider, but he'll mix in some fastballs early on, and that was off the end of the bat.
Ty Wigginton being announced as a pinch hitter for Tyler Lyons here in the 8th inning, and that'll do it for Lyons, his major league debut. Throws 7, allows the 1 run to Jerko, gets his first hit as a big leaguer. 4 strikeouts, a walk. Wigginton down the right field line. And blanks in the corner. 2 out.
Hey, for a San Diego sports fan, this could be your dream job. You could be the next Fox Sports San Diego girl. Log on to girlsfoxsportssandiego.com to upload your photos and submit your video now for a chance to be the next Fox Sports San Diego girl. The contest ends June 12th. Good luck.
Here's Matt Carpenter. 2 for 3. Scored twice. Four for 11 in the series, hitting now at an even 300. Top of this Cardinals lineup has been very tough again tonight. Carpenter with a couple of hits, Beltran with 3.
Hey, there's a power arm in that Redbird bullpen. Trevor Rosenthal. He can bring it.
Love watching Luke Gregerson pitch.
You know, I told that story to Luke before the game regarding what I said yesterday about how La Russa put him in a spring training game. The next day he was traded to the Padres because he was a player to be named later. And Luke said, you know what? I could not be in a better situation here in San Diego. It worked out perfectly. He goes, you know what? I might have spent another 2-3 years maybe in the minor leagues because of the abundance of pitching that the Cardinals had. He might have been stuck in Double-A or even Triple-A, you know? So the perfect opportunity for Luke.
So Carpenter aboard with a walk. Carlos Beltran will make his way to home plate.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres. Mike? Future big leaguer. We're in the old PCL uni. Love it.
Little cutie.
Yeah.
Love that. Seven-time All-Star is Beltran.
16th time up at the plate tonight.
Feels like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
He'll wrap this one. Alonso, nice play on the dive. Boy, he has bounced around like a cat this entire series. Well done, Yonder. Padres coming up, 4 runs down. Bottom of the 8th inning. Padres have their work cut out for them. Down by 4. New Cardinal pitcher Trevor Rosenthal. And Alexi Amarista.
He's got a power arm.
Hitting in the pitcher spot. Yeah, he does too.
Rosenthal, fastball, curveball, change slider. 94 to 101 as you take a look at the Padres box score. It's been a tough night at the dish. Only 4 hits.
Scouting report at Rosenthal, fastball averaging 97.
Yeah, that's average. Only 6 walks too. So he's a guy who's got some control.
They just served that one into left field. Amarista comes off the bench and delivers a base hit.
Well, that was a changeup from Rosenthal. You see that grip out of the glove. Nearly picking that one off the dirt out in front of home plate. It's a base knock for the little ninja. Swinging that sword.
Always get something out of Alexi, don't they? When he puts him in there, always creates a little bit of a spark. Here's Chris Denorfia. There's that big heater from Rosenthal. Denorfia turned one of those around in a hurry. He's a .310 hitter in the leadoff slot. He doesn't have a hit yet tonight, but he's the Padres' lone .300 hitter on the season. Challenged him there. Corey Lukey sizing things up with Clayton Richard. Boy, it'll be nice when Corey Lukey's ready to resume his position on the staff.
He's got to be patient.
Yeah. How about that piece of hit, Chris Denorfia? Going the other way and moving Alexi Amarista 90 feet.
Oh, we've seen it so many times to where a fastball is thrown, and all these big league hitters love the fastball. But it's what you try to do with it. He could have very easily tried to, yank that ball to left field for the home run, for the 2-run shot. No, the Padres need base runners. Hey, get on, spank it to the right side, see what Everett Cabrera can do.
Well, the Padres have not had a lot of opportunity here this evening. 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position. Last night in that 10-2 loss, just 1 for 5 in that same spot. But they've done very well overall with runners in scoring position, 6th in the National League. Talk about how hard Trevor Rosenthal throws. These are the National League leaders. Man, there's a lot of smoke in those arms. It's average heater.
Yeah, that's the key point there. Average. Not topping out at that.
Look at that.
Look out.
I think it's what makes Andrew Kashner all the more impressive to me is how effortlessly Andrew will run that ball up there that hard.
Sure, and he locates as well.
Right.
When he's on, he can locate that fastball now at 95, 96. When he was out of the pen, remember, he was going 99, 101.
Oh, yeah. But these guys look like they're trying to throw it that hard.
Right.
Chapman.
Exactly.
Rosenthal. Martinez.
Andrew Kashner, free and easy is what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you had a big arm. Wonderful arm. But when you're throwing mid-90s, and you get to cross that threshold, you look like you're bringing it up there a little harder, right? Sacrifice command sometimes, I'd imagine, when you're trying to go a little extra.
Absolutely.
I think that's what makes Kashner so special.
Yeah, and if you got a little bit of movement, you can get away with that, right? If you're sacrificing a little location. And we've seen that before from power pitchers.
Sure.
If you got that little bit of giddy up, that little bit of movement, you don't necessarily all the time have to hit your spots. Buddy on the horn to the pin.
Cashner's turning the rotation. We'll have him throw Saturday at Arizona. As Everett Cabrera retired by Rosenthal, and Chase Headley will come to bat with 2 men on. In the home half of the 8th, Padres down by 4. They could put a little nick in the Cardinals' armor here. Chase Headley led the National League in RBIs a year ago. And turned around here. He hits .304 left-handed. He's got 1 hit in this game, singled in the first.
See how Rosenthal's trying to keep everything away. Give Chase Headley left field. He's throwing a couple changeups. One was a base knock off the bat of Amarista. One was taken by Denorfia, and then he waited for the fastball, and he spanked it to right field. And Mark Sweeney wants to mention something about that combo, the changeup from Rosenthal.
Yeah, and when you see that power fastball, Mark, you know, sometimes if you're taking that changeup and Amarista got the hit, there's a nasty one right there. But you saw a take by Cabrera. Sometimes that's the release point from the hitter's standpoint.
Well, that was a good one there. Tremendous movement. Okay, try to lock in to an average 97. You see the okay changeup grip, and the swing tells it all. Way off balance, fooled by the arm action of Trevor Rosenthal.
Sweeney's favorite Padre. A lot of fans, those Marcotte have. Pinch hitter now. Wonderful outfielder, especially early in his career. And now serving the role of coming off the bench for Buddy Black. He'll hit for Guzman. This goes back to the point we were making with Mark Sweeney earlier about coming off the bench. Boy, you got your 1 at bat a night. Comes against, in this case, like for Marcotte, a guy throwing 95, 98 miles an hour. And you've got to make your living like this. And you know, if you don't produce, could be days before you get another shot at it.
And Mark, it's got to be tough because you're looking for the fastball. Then when you throw that nasty out pitch or that split finger or changeup or the nasty slider,
well,
tough to do.
Yeah, Mark, when you see the velocity in Rosenthal, you understand too that you got to shorten your swing and just put the barrel out there. Let him supply the power. Can't supply the power on that one, though.
Yeah, another changeup. Okay, Mark Sweeney, you're hitting right now. What are you looking for?
Oh, you got to look for the fastball. You don't want to get embarrassed by the fastball.
Amarista on second, Denorfia on first. 2 outs. That disparity is stunning. 98 miles an hour on the heater. And he throws a changeup as hard as a lot of guys throw their fastball in this league. 88, 89, 90. 1-2 to Katse with 2 outs, 2 on, and he swings through the changeup at 88 miles an hour. That'll do it for the Padres in the home half of the 8th.
Bench to pinch hit off of right-hander Trevor Rosenthal. 101-mile-an-hour fastball, 97 average. First pitch fastball, second pitch off-speed pitch. Now, as Mark Sweeney said, you cannot get embarrassed by the fastball. You got to hunt the fastball. Couldn't get on top of that one. Threw him a couple of changeups, and he finished him off with a changeup as well. But it's not just the changeup; it's the movement of that changeup. So Trevor Rosenthal has a lot going for him in that arsenal. Mark Sweeney.
Yeah, Mark, you could see from that repertoire, and also our Fox tracks, not many options for Mark Kotsay to get after, and had those two fastballs up in the zone, very difficult to get on top of.
We were saying when we went to the break there, I mean, it's almost unbelievable to get that kind of movement with the velocity on that change. I mean, it's just filthy. There's Tyson Ross. He'll pick up where Luke Gregerson left off. 5-1 Cardinal lead here, top of the 9th inning. Alexei Amarista, who had himself a pinch hit single in the 8th, will play center field. Kyle Blanks moves to left. Kristen Orphea moves to right. And Matt Holliday will hit for the 5th time this evening. Triple, a run scored, an RBI in the 1st, and a single in the 5th. And he'll hammer this pitch off Ross to center field. Amarista, though, no problem. 1 down. Tyson Ross getting himself an inning of work. Those Padres back in there for last legs, just down 4.
A valuable inning of work. Every inning is valuable.
Alan Craig, single, a run scored, an RBI in the 1st, otherwise quiet. And remains so as he bounces this one to Yonder, who will take it himself for the 2nd out of the inning. Hope you'll join us after a day off for the Padres tomorrow. They will be back in action on Friday in Arizona. Eric Stoltz against Brandon McCarthy. 6:40 game time. Padres Live. The pregame show come to you at 6 o'clock. So we look forward to seeing you there. That's an important 3-game set with the Arizona Diamondbacks, who currently reside atop the National League West, coming in action tonight, 26-20.
Todd Hutchison on the left, Clayton Richard having a little chat. Best in the business there. Talking about Todd. First one at the yard, last one to leave. Making sure that the players answer the bell.
Behind the scenes, everybody appreciates a guy who can do that well, don't they? So Friday, Eric Stoltz will face Brandon McCarthy. Stoltz 4-3 on the season. McCarthy 1-3. New look Diamondbacks without Justin Upton. Atop the NL West.
It's going to be interesting to see the offense in that ballpark. Talking to some pitchers earlier today, talking about that series. We said they would rather pitch in Colorado than in Arizona.
Really? Why is that?
Ball jumps, dimensions are smaller.
I don't know, boy. Colorado.
You
pitched in Colorado.
I'd rather pitch in Colorado too, because I'd rather get that.
Oh, nice try. Really nice try by Kyle Blanks as he continues to put 100% into every effort. He hits the wall early in the game in right on a ball hit by Matt Holliday, and Yadier Molina flips this one into left field. Nice effort, Kyle. Nice effort. Just comes up a bit short.
Trying to end the inning, eliminate the base runners. Molina gets jammed. Here he comes, and it's the speed. It's the jump, and where does he get it? Does he hit it just off the end of the glove? Great effort. Yeah, but with the way the ball jumps in Arizona.
I don't know.
You might get singled to death more in Colorado, but I'll take my chances in Colorado rather than Arizona.
It's interesting. The guys would say that after all the press attention that Colorado gets for just being a launching pad. Cincinnati, I would have even put ahead of Arizona.
Cincinnati's a joke, too.
You know, Philly, maybe. It's interesting.
Edward Mujica.
Former Padre, closer now for the Cards. Here's John Jay with Molina on first. And 2 out. Well, you know Molina was going to start getting his hits. He had 4 now tonight. And came in at tonight's game 0 for 7, 0 for 10 prior. 4 for 5 this evening. Nice backhand play, Chase Headley. And that'll do it for the Cardinals in their half of the 9th inning. So the Padres, with 3 outs, they've got to score 4 at least. Tonight, Birch Smith, a little bit of engine trouble here. Mark goes in the first inning, does okay again, but then in the second when he answers the bell and can't get himself out of it. The 3 runs allowed in the first and 1 run in the second.
Started elevating some pitches.
Yeah. And mound opponent Tyler Lyons, the lefty making his major league debut, has a special evening.
Staying out of the heart of the plate, peppering away at the outside part of the plate.
And then Jed Jerko would be the lone bright spot offensively right now for the Padres. A long home run in the 7th. A solo shot. And that's where we stand right now. 5-1 Cardinals as Jed Jerko will lead off the 9th inning against Edward Mujica. Mujica, 13 saves. Former Padre. 18 strikeouts, 1 walk in 19 innings of work. I talked to a couple of fellas in the Cardinal clubhouse today before the game. They said Edward has embraced this role as Jed Jerko disrupts Mujica's rhythm with a sharp single to left field.
Early in the count, Hackett, first pitch, fastball up in the zone. And look at the top hand of Jerko. And once again, remember what our game plan was? String together some extra base hits. Just hasn't happened tonight. The extra base hit off the bat of Jerko, a double off Hundley's bat in the 5th. Just couldn't seem to get it going tonight.
7 hits so far for the Padres. Down by 4 here is Yonder Alonso. 6 home runs on the year, 4 of them here at Petco, where he is a .329 hitter coming into action tonight. He'll wrap this one into right field for a single, and Jerko will play station to station. Padres have runners at first and second.
Here are the results. Our AT&T Twitter poll results. Winning by a landslide. D, hashtag Headley home run with 71%. The Padres need some base runners this inning. Hopefully another home run can come into play and make this one interesting.
Here's Kyle Blanks.
Got to get that tying run to the plate.
Had himself that single in the second inning.
In case you're wondering at home, Edward Mujica, a split finger fastball, and a slider.
Nobody out. 2 men are on in the Padre half of the 9th inning. They're down by 4.
You know, I remember Edward Mujica when he was a Padre. And the one negative, I mean, because he had good stuff, he had good numbers, but he gave up a lot of home runs.
I can see him give up 1 or 2 more here.
There's that split.
So Kyle Blanks in an 0-2 hole. Wraps that one foul.
In fact, in 2010, with the San Diego Padres, as you take a look at his career numbers against the Padres, 2010, 69 innings, 14 home runs.
Well, he gets Blanks there for the first out of the 9th inning of the Padres. There's our Carl Jr. star of the game. It's young Tyler Lyons, 25-year-old, making his major league debut. Goes 7 innings tonight, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts, and he gets his first big league hit. Tyler Lyons, the Carl Jr. star of the game. As Mike Matheny and Derek Lilliquist look on. Edward Mujica. 2 men on for the Padres here in the 9th.
He stayed out of the heart of the plate. He had a nice 2-seam fastball working, staying on the outer corners of it. Showing a breaking ball, mixed in the changeup, kept him off balance.
Nice night. Here's Will Venable. Pinch hitting. Venable's had a couple of home runs on this homestand. His 7, as you see there, total. The rally caps going. 6 of them here at Petco. Another split. Oh, 2, 1 out, 2 on. For the Cardinals, as good as their starting pitching has been, among the best in baseball, their bullpen has been a bit off. 13th out of 15 clubs in the National League. There you go. Get Will Venable. The Padres going a bit.
East County representing. From Alpine. Hey, a bloop and a blast. You never know.
4 runs. That's what separates the Padres from the Cardinals in this one. Pods won the first one 4-2, lost last night 10-2. As Edward Mujica continues to make it difficult on Will Venable.
And where are Will Venable's home runs, right? Mostly pulled. So look at that with the Fox tracks. Look where he's trying to keep it. Down and away with that strike zone. He'll give him the single. He'll give him the fly ball to left field. He's hanging tough. Edward Mujica, since he's been on that hill throwing to these Padres this inning, he's thrown 13 pitches. All strikes.
what you want out of the bullpen.
Sometimes you have to, throw purposely.
And just like that, Will Venable uses his speed to beat out what could have been the game-ending double play.
Hey, try to prolong the inning. Use that speed. Pick him up, put him down. Get that next guy up to the plate. Off-speed pitch, chopper. Maybe a little bit of a humpy hump on that feed to shortstop. Did he beat it out?
Corey Blazer said he did. First base umpire.
Yeah.
Runners at the corners now. And Will Venable will just trot down to second base. Second and third.
And what's good about that now, the Cardinals can't go the short way to end this one, right? Short.
That's right.
Short to second or second to short, force hit second base.
Lexi Amarista dumps this one in front of Carlos Beltran, and Jed Jerkel and Will Venable will score. The Little Ninja with a 2 RBI single with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning, and it is a 5-3 ball game.
Hanging tough. Change up, split finger off the end of the bat, out in front, but elevated enough. And you know what? Carlos Beltran nearly misplayed this one. That ball, he played that. He came in at an angle more towards the infield a little bit rather than straight across to try to cut it off. If that ball was hit a little bit harder, that might have scooted through there for extra bases. Not the case, but the inning's still alive.
Amarista, 2 for 2. Here's Kristen Orphea. Got a whole new complexion of things here now at Petco. Just joining us. It's been 5-1 until this point.
Hey, isn't this the guy you want up at the plate right now with the way he's been hitting the ball and spraying the ball around and putting together good at-bats?
Dino had a single in the 8th, came in, hit .307. Crowd here at Petco a little excited. Good to see. The Padres do what they've done recently, scratching and clawing their way back into ball games. So Amarista at first with 2 outs. 1 ball, no strikes to Kristen Orphea. He'll bounce this one, but Mojica doesn't glove it. Here's Cosma across the diamond, and that will do it. A valiant effort in the bottom of the 9th inning, but in the end, not enough. A 5-3 Cardinal win. Let's see what's coming up on Padres Live, the postgame show with Laura McKeeman and Mark Sweeney. Laura?
Well, thank you, Mark. And yeah, too little too late for the Padres there, but Tyler Lyons for the Cardinals, quite the major league debut on the mound. How to hit a curveball, Mark Sweeney will tell us, and we'll hear from Bud Black in his press conference coming up on Padres Live.
Mark.